I want to ask you about what happened in Melbourne, of course, at the weekend, the violence that we saw at the A-League match. Look, what is your reaction to what occurred?
After this morning, I've calmed down a little bit, but honestly, yesterday, it didn't matter whether it was the first interview I did or the last one. I was so mad. I just can't describe how I was feeling the whole day. My voice and my heart's racing. I just wanted somebody to be accountable for what happened. And when I hear, oh, it's young men with too much testosterone, that blew my mind. Now that made me twice as mad. And then they said, oh, well, they'll probably be banned for life. And I hit the roof again. I tell you what, if this morning was up and down, yesterday was a nightmare. I'm glad it's over. I want to see people in jail with guilty written next to their name so they never, ever forget what they just did, how they brought Australian football down in 5 minutes.
Well, exactly. And, you know, as parents have been saying, why would you take your kid to a match if these are the sort of scenes that have occurred? What sort of an impact do you believe that this is now going to have on the game in Australia?
I don't think it'll stop kids playing, to tell you the truth. Well, I hope it doesn't anyway. But I'll give you an example, a story. I've got a very good friend who took his grandson to the football with his daughter, and the grandson, he's about 8, he plays locally in Melbourne, and he said, Granddad, which are the 3 Socceroos? And of course, my mate's pointing out the 3 Socceroos. He's gone, wow. And then the riot started, and he goes, Granddad, what's happening now? He'd never seen anything like this before. And Granddad had to explain to him in the best way possible that the worst day in Australian football was happening. And then they sat there after the game and didn't want to go outside because they knew there'd be 2 sets of fans outside waiting for them too. It was just awful. It really was. And that's just one story. I bet there are hundreds of thousands of stories.
Oh, look, no doubt. So what happens now? Should Melbourne Victory be docked points?
This is the hard thing for me, right? Because I know people who work at all these football clubs. I want to support them, and they should deserve to be supported. But how can we best deter these people from doing this again? Maybe take points off them. But would that hurt those morons that did that yesterday? Probably not. Get somebody in jail, for goodness sake. And you can give me any excuse you like. Oh, we didn't get the right footage, or nobody would back. Police are too busy. Whoa, give me the job. Oh, it's so frustrating. See, now you've fired me up again.
I'm sorry after all the excitement of the World Cup win, but look, these are important discussions to be had, and let's hope that we don't see a repeat of the scenes that we saw on the weekend. So, yeah, fingers crossed. And it's good to have people like you speaking out about it as well, Paul. So we appreciate your time.
Keep up the good work. See ya.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Thank you.